I know I said I wasn't going to do any more diving into the depths of the MODX, but I was thinking when I discussed split keyboard and I showed you the low-down performance that I created, which has a Fender Rhodes layered with an organ on the left side of the keyboard and then a trumpet and flute sound on the right side of the keyboard. I was kind of superficial in the way I described that. So let's create a brand new performance, and to make it more interesting, let's do 3 separate sections on the keyboard. On the left we'll do a Fender Rhodes, in the middle of the keyboard we'll do some strings, and on the right side we'll do a synth. So let's start on the left with a Fender Rhodes. I'm going to select keyboard, and I happen to like this K75 amp performance. I'll go to the home of the performance, and here it is. It has 2 parts, but the second part I happen to know is just mechanical key noise that's there for realism. We can ignore that. I'm going to modify part 1, which is the actual Fender Rhodes sound. I need to do 2 things to it. Number 1, I want it to end. I'm going to pick the F2 note. So to do that, we'll say it's going to end. I'm sorry, that's F3. It's going to end on F3, right? That's what I want. And now what's going to happen is when I play it down at the far left, it's too low pitched. It's murky. So I need to raise the pitch of it by selecting it and then edit, and then part settings, pitch, and then note shift. We're going to go up an octave, or 12 semitones, which is an octave, and exit. Now when I play down low, there it is. That's what I want. Okay. Next, in the middle of the keyboard, we're going to select some strings. As I said, I'll select strings, and I'm going to go with this performance called String Ensemble K, and then exit, and here it is. I forgot to do one thing. Part 2, I don't want that mechanical key noise happening above F3, so I'm going to select this end point, and I'm going to tell him to end on F3 also. And I'm going to have the string ensemble start on F#3, and I think I'll have him end up here on F5. So how's he sound? Let's see how he sounds. Yeah, I think the pitch is okay. I'm going to leave him pitched where he was to start with. Now we have one more part to add rather, to the right side of the keyboard. And I said I would do a synth. So select synth lead. I want to go down and select one that I like called Single Line 1. There it is, and exit. And now he's too high. I'm playing way at the right end of the keyboard. He's way too high. So let's turn him down. I touch him, I touch edit, and pitch. We need to go down at least an octave. Let's try that. Maybe even down another octave. And the most you can go down is 2 octaves or up. Those are the limits, up or down 2 octaves. Yeah, I'm going to leave it there, down 2 octaves, and hit exit. And by the way, if I wanted to, I could layer. I'm sorry. Before I get into that, let's do. He needs to start at where the strings are ending at F5. So I'm going to have him start at F#5, right there. So now I've got a Fender Rhodes piano down here, and I've got strings in the middle. and I've got a synth up here. And I can play the Fender Rhodes on the left, and to the far right I'm playing that synth. Or I can play the strings up here. While I can't get my hands in there because my camera tripod's in the way, but yeah, I can't quite get my hands onto the keyboard because of the tripod in the way. But you get the idea. And as I started to say, I could, if I wanted to, I could add layers, meaning additional parts on top of, if you will, or below the three parts I've already created. For example, let's say on the Fender Rhodes side, I wanted to add something else. Who knows what? No, how about a pad? You know, let's say we wanted a pad under that that Fender Rhodes. So, how about ethereal? Yeah, let's go with ethereal. So now I've got ethereal picked here for part 5, selected for part 5, and he needs to end where the Rhodes ends, which is at F3. So his end point is going to be F3. Good. And I could lower his pitch. I'm not sure I want to. Let's say, raise his pitch. Let's say I went up an octave on him. Yeah, this one could go either way. He's not really bad at regular pitch. I mean, it adds a lot of fullness to that Rhodes sound. And if I wanted him more subtle, I would just, not mute him, touch this volume area and just bring him down. Okay, so you get the idea. The possibilities for creativity are pretty much endless, as I've stated before. And I'll also point out that if you have this set up, once you create a performance and you get it the way you want it, always remember to store it. And I'll just quickly store button, new performance, you give it a name. Let's just say new, and done. And there it is. It'll show up under all banks, but it's really in the user bank. There it is, still selected in the user bank. If you want to get rid of it, it's a little bit cumbersome to get rid of customized performances. You have to go to utility button, then you have to select contents and store/save, and then you have to select job and then pick your customized performance that you want to get rid of, and here it is, case 75 amp new. And then after you press job, you'll see a delete tab, and that's how you get rid of it and confirm. So now it's gone. Now if I go back to the user bank, it's not there. Take my word for it, it's gone. Okay, that's it. I hope that was helpful. I'd like to show you one more thing I was working on recently, listening to an old Crusaders song called Don't Let It Get You Down. And I was creating a backing track for it. And in the chorus of that song, there's this guitar with a heavy tremolo effect and even some wah-wah. So I wanted to try to approximate that, but instead of going with a guitar sound on the MODX, I went with a Wurlitzer piano. And first of all, if you want to look for performances that have tremolo effects, you can go up here in the search area and just type in TREM for tremolo, and you get almost a whole page full of performances that have some tremolo. The one I selected was this WR tremolo amp. It's a Wurlitzer piano with a tremolo effect, and it's a fairly subtle tremolo effect, and I wanted to make it heavier. So we have two parts here, but this second part is just key noise that's added for realism, so we can ignore that one. I want to select part one, that's the actual piano sound, and I want to edit, and I want to go to, well, first of all, if we look at routing, we'll see that the tremolo effect is in Insert A, and there are some presets that you can choose from, but none of them really work. I tried them all, and what I'm looking for is a fast, heavy tremolo, and it wasn't, and none of those presets gave me that. So if you go over to Insert A tab here, this is the tremolo effect, and the LFO speed, low frequency oscillator, that's actually the speed of the tremolo, so we can speed it up. I'm turning the control wheel here, and so what I heard on the Crusaders track was something like that, and I can make it heavier with the depth control. Yeah, it was very heavy. Something like that. Now also, I mentioned that the guitar also had a wah-wah effect. So over here in Insert B, there's a distortion effect that's been selected. I don't really need that, so I'm going to select a different, I'm going to select a wah-wah effect rather, which is down here under wah, and I've got 3 presets to choose from. Okay, auto wah, that's pretty good. I'm not sure I want it going in and out that quickly, but let's see what touch wah is. Yeah, I like the way that one fades away. That's kind of the sound I'm looking for, so I'm gonna stay with that one. And I think it's pretty good just the way it is. So I'm gonna hit exit, and I've got the sound I want. And let's listen to the Crusaders version and then mine. So the Crusaders version, this is just the chorus of Don't Let It Get You Down by the Crusaders. And here's my backing track version of that same chorus from the Crusaders' Don't Let It Get You Down.